Hi and welcome to my Sorare beginner guide for 2025. I'm fabmizz and I've been playing Sorare for almost 4 years now, and over that time I've helped hundreds of new managers get started with my previous guides. You've probably heard the name Sorare pop up here and there. It's a game that combines real-life fantasy scoring like in FPL with the collecting and trading of player cards like in EAFC Ultimate Team. The difference? Your cards don't expire at the end of the season, you can use them for as long as the player is active in real football. You can try Sorare completely for free in the new common mode, or take it to the next level by entering tournaments with a card that actually hold real value. In these paid competitions, you can win tradable cards, cash, and even once in a lifetime experiences like meeting Kylian Mbappé, Zinedine Zidane, or even playing a match at Anfield. And yes, you can win all of that without spending a fortune. But a lot has changed with the latest update, so it's time to update this guide. And here's the first thing you need to know. You can already make your first mistake before even signing up, because if you sign up without a referral link, you're missing out on 150 euros in free credits. This is a 50% discount on your first purchases, up to 300 euros in total. The amount adjusts to your local currency, whether that's euros, dollars or pounds. Just make sure you use a referral link before you create your account, otherwise the bonus is gone for good. You can use a friends link, or of course the one in my video description. Either way, don't skip it. It's one of the best boosts you'll get at the start. In Sorare, you can buy, trade, sell, scout players and build lineups that compete twice a week for the rewards I mentioned earlier. You're basically a real football manager, and the way you approach this football journey is totally up to you. If you got the budget, you can build your squad like Real Madrid or Manchester City, full of top tier stars, or you take the smart route, use your football knowledge and eye for talent to turn a small budget into something great. Common mode. And the best part? You can start for free with the common cards. Non-tradable players that let you test the game, learn the scoring system and build weekly lineups. You won't win real rewards with them yet, but it's the perfect way to get the feel for Sorare before spending anything. Each week you'll get more common cards depending on how well you perform, but these cards can't be traded, upgraded or used outside the free competitions. They are great to start with, but if you're aiming for real rewards or long-term progress, you'll eventually want to move on to scarcity cards that hold real value. Card types. Sorare cards are officially licensed digital collectibles, basically like Panini or top sports cards, just fully digital. Each one is stored on the Ethereum blockchain, and once you own it, it's yours to keep, trade or sell. Don't worry if you're not into crypto, you can do everything in cash, including deposits, purchases and even rewards. There are 4 different card scarcities on Sorare. Limited up to 1000 cards per season, rare up to 100, super rare up to 10 and unique only 1. The fewer cards exist, the more exclusive and usually the more expensive. To give you a rough idea, this example with Florian Wirtz should give you a good feel for how the prices vary between card scarcities. Card info. Let's take a closer look at a card from last season, Nicolo Tresoldi, since the new card designs haven't been released yet. But even on the new ones, the key informations will stay the same. In the top right, you'll see the season the card was minted. On the top left, the league and the club. Just keep in mind, the player's current real-life club is what matters for tournaments, not what's printed on the card. Below that, you'll find their age, position, in this case a forward, nationality, jersey number, which becomes relevant for the collection game later, the player's name and the serial number, also important for the collecting. Right underneath the card, you'll see 3 values. First, the player's average score over the last 15 games. Next to that, the percentage bonus that boosts the card's score. This is based on the XP the card has accumulated, the collection bonus, which we'll cover soon, and whether it's an in-season card, meaning it's from the current football season. That adds an extra 5%. Finally, you'll see whether the player is eligible for U23 competitions. Now, if you look to the right of the card at the info section, you'll see how much XP the card has earned and how much is needed to level up. Cards gain XP by being used in competitions. You can also apply earned XP boosts to speed up the leveling process. Just below that is the vault, which we'll explain later. In this panel, you can also list your card for sale, set a minimum offer and decide whether you want to allow bids. Further down, you'll find additional details, including which competitions the card is eligible for, and below that you can explore the player's full score history. Lastly, on the left under the collection details, you'll see how much this card contributes to your collection, shown by the little lightning icons. And just below that you can also check the last sales of the card. helpful to understand the current market value. Collection and Vault. Sorare introduced a new long-term bonus system called the Collection Game. Every club, season and scarcity has its own collection, and the more cards you collect from the same set, the higher your collection bonus, which gives you extra points in every competition. Let's take my Hannover 96 collection as an example. Right now I'm sitting at 5% collection bonus, and that's on top of all the other bonuses like XP or InSeason. The bar underneath shows how many collection points you need to reach each bonus tier. These points are shown as lightning icons, and not all cards contribute equally. You get more points if you're the first owner, if the serial number matches the player's jersey number, if the card is older than 30 days and not listed for sale, or if it's a special edition. My old Trisoldi card, for example, is almost perfect. I'm only missing the matching serial number. Now let's talk about the brand new 2025 feature, Sealing. When you use essence crafting, you'll often pull players that aren't super useful for your squads, like backups or bench warmers. But instead of just letting them sit in your club, you can now seal them in your vault. Once sealed, they can't be played or sold anymore. But here's the upside. Sealed card boosts your vault level, which gives you a permanent boost on all your rewards. Right now, I've sealed over 38 cards that give me a vault score of 600. That puts me at vault level 5, so I get 5% more rewards from every competition. That means if you win a reward worth 100 euros, you'll actually receive 105, just because of your vault bonus. But be careful, once sealed, a card is locked and you can only unseal one card per rarity every 2 weeks. So be strategic, you don't want to lock cards you might need later. Sealing is a smart way to turn unused cards into value, and when combined with the collection bonus, it can really give you an edge over your competition. Gameplay. Sorare has 3 main competition types: in-season, classic and the arena. In-season is where the biggest rewards are, classic lets you use older cards more freely in 7-player lineups, and the arena runs all the time with no game week deadlines. Each competition, whether it's classic or in-season, is split into 3 divisions. At the end of every game week, the top performing managers move up and the lowest scoring ones drop down, and everyone else stays where they are. The higher your division, the better the rewards, with Division 1 always offering the biggest prizes. Sorare also provides lineup predictions that help you build your team by showing the percentage chance a player will start. These become available 1 day before each game week. Players are marked in green, yellow or red depending on the confidence level. If the data is unclear, you'll see a grey question mark. Predictions improve as more information becomes available closer to kickoff. The system is powered by Sorare's partners and based on community-driven data. But keep in mind, it's not always 100% accurate. In-season. Let's start with the heart of Sorare, the in-season competitions. These are the most competitive tournaments in the game, and they offer the highest rewards: cash prizes, essence and XP. To enter, you need in-season cards, cards from the current season. However, Sorare allows you to include 1 classic card in each lineup. Each lineup consists of 5 players: a goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, forward and 1 extra outfield player. In every lineup you also need to choose the right captain. This applies to all modes: in-season, classic and arena. Your captain gets a 50% score boost, which can make all the difference when it comes to winning rewards. Depending on your players' leagues, your lineups will enter either league-specific competitions, such as the Premier League, Bundesliga or La Liga, and more, or broader categories like Challenger or Contender, which include the other licensed leagues. For example, Challenger includes the Austrian, Portuguese and the Scottish leagues, while Contender covers leagues like the J and K League, Croatian First League and Germany's Second Bundesliga. You can enter up to 4 lineups per competition. The prize pool is massive. Sorare distributes millions of euros in rewards to the best performing managers this year. But there's more. Every lineup you submit also automatically enters into a parallel system called hot streaks. In hot streaks, you're not competing against other players. Instead, you're chasing set score thresholds. If your team hits the required score, you instantly win a fixed reward. And if you do this week after week, your streak grows and the prizes get better. You'll only need 1 of your lineups to reach this threshold to keep your streak alive. But if you miss the target in any given game week, your hot streak resets back to 0. Especially early in the season, Sorare runs limited time events with massive boosted rewards. For example, during launch, top leagues pay out 5x rewards. while smaller leagues offer lower score thresholds and double rewards until the end of September. Classic competitions. While in-season is where the biggest rewards are, Classic is the second core competition mode on Sorare. This is where you can use all your cards, no matter what season they were released in. Whether you own a card from 2021, 2022 or 2024, they're all considered classic cards. Classic competitions have their own reward structure and their own tournaments, but here's the key thing. They are not where the cash prizes are. These cards let you build SO7 lineups, meaning you'll use one goalkeeper, two defenders, two midfielders, one forward and one extra outfield player. There are different classic tournaments to choose from. All-Star, where every licensed player is allowed. U23, only for players under 23, you'll recognize them by the 23 badge underneath the card. Champion Europe, for the top 5 leagues. In these competitions you can win tradable cards, including valuable in-season cards and also Essence, Sorare's in-game currency used for crafting, but more later. Now, is Classic worth it for new players? Honestly, probably not. The real action is happening in-season. That's where the huge prize pools are, so if you're just starting out, you'll likely get the best value by starting with in-season. Still, Classic competitions are a great way to put your older cards to use, and they remain a solid option for managers with deeper galleries. Arena. Now let's talk about the Arena, which has become a permanent feature in Sorare 26. It runs every game week, even midweek, across limited, rare, super rare, and now also unique cards. The format is simple. You pay an Essence entry fee and compete in a 10-player leaderboard with 5-player lineups. The top 3 win Essence rewards, first 500, second 250 and the third 150, while 4th and 5th place get bonus XP. There are 2 fixed Arena formats starting July 25th. The Arena Capped, which has a 260 cap limit, doesn't allow any bonuses and requires 100 Essence to enter. And the Arena Uncapped, which has no cap, allows all bonuses and costs 250 Essence to join. And there's a twist. 5% of all arenas turn into golden arenas with even higher Essence payouts for the top performers. You can join as many arenas as you like, even on weekends, and the lineup requirements are the same as in other competitions. And this is just the beginning. More control over rules, entry settings and league filters is already in the works. The Championship. Starting in September, Sorare introduces a brand new competition format called the Championship. Unlike regular game weeks, this monthly tournament rewards consistency, not just one lucky score. It runs across multiple game weeks with a cumulative leaderboard, meaning your performance over time really matters. The best part? You can use cards from any season, giving even your older cards more value and utility. And while the full rules and prizes will be announced closer to launch, expect unforgettable rewards for top performing managers. So if you're someone who builds balanced lineups weeks after week, this one's for you. Missions. Let's begin with the daily missions. Each day you can select up to 3 players per scarcity who have a match scheduled that day. If they deliver a decisive action, like scoring a goal, assisting, winning a penalty, making a last man tackle, or for goalkeepers, keeping a clean sheet or saving a penalty, you'll earn 200 XP per player. You can update your picks anytime before the matches start, and the missions resets every day at 9 AM CET. On top of that, there are Game Week missions. These reward you for completing special objectives with your lineups, like using players from specific leagues or hitting certain collection scores. You'll find them every game week under the Play tab. And the rewards? XP, Essence and even market credits. Game Week. Let's quickly talk about what a game week actually means on Sorare. The name is a bit misleading because a game week isn't really a full week. It's split into 2 parts. Midweek game weeks run from Tuesday at 4 PM CET to Friday at 3:59 PM CET. And weekend game weeks go from Friday 4 PM CET to Tuesday 3:95 PM CET. So make sure to submit your lineups before the deadline. Otherwise, you'll miss out on rewards. Now, Sorare has recently started testing more flexible start times for some league-specific competitions. In these cases, the game week might begin right before the first match of that specific league. That means we could see more of this approach in the future, giving you extra time to finalize your lineups. Also worth knowing, players with matches in both halves of the week, say a Champions League match in the midweek and a league match on the weekend, are more valuable because they give you more chances to score and win. Essence and crafting. Essence is one of the most important resources of Sorare 26. You will earn it across nearly every part of the game. Unlike before, Essence rewards are no longer based on percentages. Instead, they now follow a clear rank-based system. That means the higher you finish, the more Essence you receive. And the overall payout has been massively increased, especially in Classic. But why is Essence so important? Because it fuels crafting, one of the most exciting features in Sorare 26. Crafting lets you spend 1000 Essence to enter a draw where you see 10 hidden cards. In 75% of cases, you'll get a standard draw with a mix of players, but in 25% of cases, you'll land a special draw with significantly better odds. Some special draws guarantee at least one star player, and in the rarest case, all 10 cards are tier 1 or better. You'll know which type of draw you've received right away. And if you want to improve your chances even further, you can use additional clues, for example, reveal the league or nationality of the cards before picking. These clues cost extra essence, but they can help you make a smarter choice and avoid wasting your pick. So whether you're saving up for that big draw or crafting regularly, Essence is your gateway to building a powerful competitive team without ever needing to hit the market. Menu navigation. A quick overview of Sorare's main pages. On the homepage, you'll usually find current updates at the top, missions and news on the right, and in the middle, some general highlights like special competitions or the upcoming game week. But let's jump straight into the settings, because there are a couple of things you should definitely adjust. I recommend entering some contact info so other managers can reach out for potential trades. And under payment, make sure to select your preferred payment method, both for buying cards and receiving payouts when you sell or win rewards. Next, under My Lineups, you'll see your currently active teams, their scores, and you can also set up your team for the upcoming game week. You can even check out future game weeks here in advance. In the Scout section, you can really dive into player data and scout your next signings. There are tons of different stats available. My Cards is where you'll find all your own cards sorted by scarcity, but it also includes your collections and the vault, so you can see whether you're close to leveling one of them up. You'll also find your unopened reward boxes, the crafting section, and the cards that still need to be revealed. Under More, you'll find some helpful resources like the blog, rules, and other important info. I've skipped the Market tab for now, because that's the next big topic we're going to cover. Market. That wraps up the main menus. Now let's take a look at the market. You can break it down into 3 main sections. First, there's an auction house, where newly minted cards are sold directly by Sorare. Then there's a Buy Now section, where you can also buy cards directly from Sorare at a fixed price, although these are usually quite a bit more expensive than the auctions. And finally, there's the manager sales, where users list their cards for direct purchase at their own price. Let's start with the auction house. You'll see new cards expiring every few seconds. Just like on eBay, the real action usually happens in the final minutes of an auction. You can filter the listings by scarcity in the top left corner and refine your search with tons of additional filters. The Buy Now section works similarly. You can use the same filters, but here you get the cards immediately without waiting for an auction to end. One big bonus when buying directly from Sorare, either via auction or Buy Now, is that you become the first owner of the card, which gives you a boost to your collection score. Now to manager sales. This section needs a bit more caution, since managers can list cards for any price they want. You will often see completely unrealistic prices. Always double check before buying. Costly mistakes happen all the time from misclicks or wrong assumptions. Also, the cheapest card on the market isn't always a good indicator of actual value. Sometimes there are only a handful of that card available, and if the 2 cheapest ones are sold, the price of the next listing can jump dramatically. The good news? You're not stuck with your listed price. If you believe a card is overpriced, just make an offer. Many managers will accept or send back a counter offer. You can even offer a mix of money plus cards. A good way to get rid of players that are hard to sell otherwise. And don't worry, if you send an offer, the money is only reserved, not lost. If the other manager rejects your offer or you cancel it yourself, the funds return instantly to your balance. It only leaves your wallet if the deal goes through. Scoring. So how does Sorare scoring actually work? Like many other fantasy football platforms, Sorare uses live data provided by Opta. Every single action on the pitch is tracked and rated. A player can score between 0 and 100 points, although bonuses can push the score beyond 100. Anything above 60 points is generally considered a very good performance. And sometimes players who don't stand out in the real game can be absolute point machines in Sorare. The score is made up of two parts, the decisive score and the all-around score. Let's start with the decisive score. This is calculated in levels. Every player starts at level 0 with a base of 35 points. If they perform a key action like scoring a goal or providing an assist, they move up to level 1, which gives them 60 points. Another big action moves them to level 2 with 70 points, and so on. But negative actions like a red card can bring the score back down a level again. So if a player scores 2 goals but then gets sent off, he might end up back at 60 points instead of 70. Then there's the all-around score. This is where every little detail counts. Each action is tracked and scored across 5 main categories: general, defense, possession, passing and attack. Each of these has its own subcategories and the points are added up in the end. Worth noting, Opta may review and adjust the stats after the game, so you might see small score changes the next day. And that wraps up this super in-depth Sorare beginner guide. If you're still watching, thank you so much. If this video helped you, feel free to show some love and use my Sorare sign-up link in the description. Got questions or feedback? Drop a comment, I'll get back to you. And with that, take care, see you in the next one, ciao!